Instead of just sharing the file with you, I thought I'd just read some of the notes that I have this week from my studies of Surah الشمس. The surah talks about the sun and how brilliant it is, and then it talks about the night and how powerful it is. And by bringing these examples, God is illustrating the changing nature of night and day. Sometimes the day wins and sometimes the night wins, and he says these things so we draw a parallel into our own inner state. In Quranic verses, there's always something speaking to us. So here we're talking about the struggle that exists inside all of us. We all have darkness within us that is always trying to pull us in. And similarly, we all have light that is also always trying to pull us towards more good. And what's beautiful is that when talking about the night, God talks about the moon. So even if you fall into darkness, what is still in the sky? The moon is still always there. The moon is still always there. Its light is still being reflected off the sun. So as human beings, even if you fall into the depths of darkness, there is still light left inside you and some goodness inside you. Sometimes you might go through phases where the faith left inside you is so weak and barely visible, just like the new moon. But then it gets brighter and brighter, and the day comes again, but also another struggle is guaranteed to come again. Then God moves on to talk about the sky and the earth, the high and the low. Similarly, part of us is from the sky and part of us is from the lowest of the earth, our souls and our bodies. And just like there's a beautiful balance between the sky and the earth, there's also a constant back and forth between our body and our soul. Meaning, our religion does not just feed the spirit and require you to pray all the time. Our religion also wants us to have a good life, eat well, dress well, and enjoy. So tonight, when we break our fast and we go outside and look into the night and the moon in the sky, we can feel some of the tafsir of the Quran instead of studying it from a book, and that takes it to another level. If you reflect on these verses above, your view changes on so many things. Maybe sometimes people might not see the good in you, but you have that reassurance that God sees the good in you, and He knows that you're trying. Or even if right now the situation you are in is difficult, goodness will come full bloom again, and you will be in a better state again. The sun will rise again, another day will come again. That is God's promise. But that state will not last. Trials will come again, different from the ones you faced before, but they will always find their way to you. This is a cycle that God has created, and when we accept this, we realize that us going through our highs and lows, that's actually a testament to what the Quran has promised us all along. It's the nature of life. So if you understand a little bit of Arabic, the first part talks about this word over here. So the word falah is a word in Arabic that is usually associated with farming and with someone who puts seeds inside the earth and then pulls out the crops and fruits of their hard labor in the end as a reward. And from the same root word, aflaha is used in the Quran for attaining success, representing a farmer who put in all the work, took care of the crops, tended to his work very carefully, and then finally reaped the benefits. So from this we learn that working on ourselves is very delicate work, like farming. There are actions you can say and do and look at, and environments you can be in that are like having weeds in your garden that can potentially take away all the beneficial nutrients. Even if you're trying your best to take care of that plant, other insects can and will show up, and they will have the ability to damage the soil that was supposed to feed the plant. There are outside factors that can destroy the plant, and just like the farmer, we need to be on a constant state of awareness and lookout. As human beings, we are constantly going to be on the road to improvement. Nobody will ever be free from flaw. We will keep making mistakes, and we need to keep on cleansing and cleansing and cleansing. And this implies we're never going to be done. It's a never-ending job. The people who will keep on trying to purify themselves and eventually take their last breath in that state, those are the ones who truly succeeded and get to reap the fruits of their hard labor in the hereafter. All this to say, you and I are in a constant struggle, and we always will be. This delicate plant inside us needs to be fed. This heart needs to be cleansed. So for some people, it's jealousy that eats away at them. For some people, it is comparing themselves to others. For others, it's money. It could potentially be anything. Only you know what is it that is damaging your garden and your soul. God made us all different vices, different weaknesses, and our job is not to look at anybody else, but to look inward and identify what are those weaknesses within me and how can I make sure that I am nurturing my soul with the kind of care that it is in need of.